Hello, welcome back to the United Way for the Arsenal versus Manchester United Premier League preview. The Red Devils travel to the Emirates on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Look, it's going to be a big one. It's the main event of the weekend. And look, we're coming into this game on the back of a 2-0 victory over City at Old Trafford in the Manchester Derby. That game was just too easy. What a game. But look, before we get into the video, please do like the video, comment your predictions, what you expecting to see in this game, what are you hoping, and do subscribe. Be much appreciated, and do follow our Instagram. Link is in the description below. So let's get stuck into it. I spoke, very small there about the previous game against City. And look, you know what they say, you're only as good as your last game. And looking at our last game, how we performed, the win, how we went about it, it was just 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Like, you look at that City game last week, and it was a game where, I'm not even going to talk about my United fans here, because obviously there were some who thought we were going to get battered. I probably just lose last weekend, and we didn't. I was one of those who actually thought you had a feeling that we'd win. And to be honest with you, I think that I'll be honest, I don't know why I feel like we could get something Sunday. Maybe it's just me being giddy still over the win against City. I'm not saying we're back, because I know a lot of rival fans, oh my God, now you think you're back over, because of one good win. Trust me, I can't think of many United fans out there who are saying that we're back. Even the most biased ones in the world. You might say it as a joke, but come on. We're not, we've learned from our mistakes. But this game is going to be tough. It's going to be I think it's going to be a lot more tough than City, because one of the fact is you're playing top of the league. You're playing a side who somehow can just get a win, even playing I didn't play shit. The thing is, Arsenal, when Arsenal play shit, they still manage to get a goal from a set piece. I mean, it's what they do. They're set piece specialists. But we be coming into this game confident. Very confident. The players be up for it. I fucking hope so. I'll be surprised if not. These players are capable of getting a result against Arsenal. I think my United on the day, we can definitely do that. I don't think many would deny that. I mean, it'd be hard to, I think. And I mean, I'll be very, very surprised if Michael Carrick changes much in terms of, in terms of the tactics, the starting 11. To be honest with you, I mean, look, Cunha could possibly come in. I'll be surprised if Sesko starts, because he didn't get any minutes against Man City. So I know Arsenal have two solid, strong defenders in Gabriel and Saliba, but yeah, their defense is better than Manchester City, so we might not have that freedom we had last week. I might have that joy, but we are threatening the counter attack. I've seen a couple of Arsenal fans, some on YouTube, the likes of AFTV and the other one, DR, I think it is. Many fans on that. Arsenal fans were like, look, Man United's counter attack definitely is a worry for us. Because we've been that team over the last few years where our counter attack has been like very, very good. I mean, we all remember our counter attack under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We went from defending to, putting the ball in the back of the net about 15 seconds later. Like that's just, probably less. And I expect this game will definitely be sitting in a lot more, and then be a threat in the counter attack. Like if it's the same attack that played against City, which was Dorgu, Ahmad, and Bumo, that's a threat. That's a quick attack. That's an attack that can get a goal out of nothing. And then Cunha as well. he can create. He can get a goal out of nothing as well. He can create something out of nothing. Like, it's what you want to see your players do. And Cunha is a player that can do that. Ahmad's a player that can do that. And Mbumo's a player that can do that. Bruno is a player that can do that. And I'm trying to think did I mention Ahmad? He's also a player that can do that. We do have players that can do that, and this might be the game where we'll have to do it. But I don't expect it to be an open game. I don't expect it to be end to end. We'll be very tight. We'll be very, very tight. All over the pitch, we'd be hard to break down. And I feel like if we can frustrate, like against City, if you can frustrate Arsenal, that's a good thing. If we can frustrate our fans, that's a good thing. Because I watched Arsenal play City at the Emirates. City, Liverpool at their place, and they didn't win both of those. It was a draw, and Arsenal got very, very frustrated. Like, City scored and set back, and it frustrated Arsenal. It just took a good ball over the top to Martinelli to put it in the back of the net, I think it was. And yeah, City are not that team that would be good at even sitting back. Like, teams like Manchester United, you'd expect us to do that. But then we do still have quality in that team. And, with Maguire, who played great, if we do what we done last game and even a little bit better, we could win. We could win. Look, you're looking at our form there. Look, it's funny, innit? It's funny, innit? Because you could look at this and say we've only won 1-5. We could also look at it and say we've only lost one out of our last 5. So it's weird. It's weird. It really is. You could look at that. Well, they only won in the last 5, but they also lost one in the last 5. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, look, the draws, we should have beaten Wolves, Leeds, Burnley, Brighton. We should have won. We should have beaten them. Played shit, but we should have. Coming into that game, I thought we should have beaten them. City, after that Brighton game, I think it was the Sunday evening after, I thought, yeah, we don't beat City. And the closer I got to the game, I thought, yeah, we're beating City. I even said it in the preview for that game, which is crazy. I really enjoyed that game. I really enjoyed. I'm even watching the highlights back, and I'm like you're not meant to enjoy games like that. The way Manchester United have been as of late, before coming to that game, we had no right to enjoy that game. We should have been fucking hiding behind the couch and hiding behind pillows and blankets and hands on your eyes. I tell you, I wanted to keep going. I didn't want the game to stop because we were. I tell you, it was like a porn. It was like watching porn. We were riding City. It was like a boxing match. It was literally like a boxing match, you could even say as well. We were boxing the head off them. They had to throw the towel, and the ref had to call it. Yeah, it was getting rough. It was getting bad, really getting bad. The bell saved City, and what I'm saying is the offside saved City. Yeah. Donnarumma was like the ref. He kept coming in and stopping the other person from getting battered. And then bang, we just went for the knockout. Like, fuck's sake. But yeah, look, in terms of team news, look, I haven't really seen a lot about Mazraoui. I've seen that he's meant to get Michael Carrick done a press conference, for this game about half an hour ago, time of recording this. And yeah, I didn't really mention much about Mazraoui, but what Manchester United do? They record, we get to ask 3 or 4 questions before now we have to wait till 10 o'clock Saturday night to fucking see it again. So yeah, not really much there. Dele has a setback, which is funny because he got injured. Who was it against? Was it Wolves? When we beat them 4-1 of the game after that, where Ruben said it's only minor, he'll be back soon. It was like a month or 2 ago. Yeah, bit worrying that I don't, please tell me he's not going to be like the next Phil Jones in terms of injuries. But look, I want to talk a bit about Casemiro because news came out yesterday. I didn't go live. I'll do a video for it because I was actually out at that moment. Unk is leaving at the end of the season. It's been confirmed by him, by Manchester United, that he will leave Manchester United at the end of the season. Look, we all remember that fourth season, don't we? Casemiro's fourth season at Manchester United. Wow. We all remember literally like getting hard-ons when we seen that he didn't he text his agent like, tell them I'll fix it. I mean, I'm still seeing that now. And look, last season maybe wasn't his greatest, but he still had a lot of things to say. He got the assist to the Maguire winner against Lyon. He scored against Bilbao in the semis. He scored crucial goals. He got a crucial assist. When Casemiro was even shit, and he's not the quickest player he was years ago at Madrid, but that's what happens with age. The older you get, the slower you get. He really has been. I think he's been good. Look, this season as well, the start of it has been shit, but I think with the 3-man midfield, Casemiro will be even much better. But yeah, look, I wish him nothing but the best of luck. Look, he still has a job to do. He said we still have 4 months left of Casemiro, 16 games left of Casemiro, the man himself. The Brazilian. Oh, what do we say about Casemiro? Like you say what you want. He is a footballing legend. But he's on at Real Madrid and even Manchester United. He won more trophies. He came to Manchester United with more trophies than fucking Arsenal have won since he's been here. I mean, seriously. I tell you what he has won. He's won more fucking European trophies than Arsenal. I can tell you that for a fact. But yeah, look, I wish him nothing but the best of luck. But look, I do think it's a good thing. Loving him aside and things like that. I do think it's a good move because if we extended his contract, say for another year or two, just say another year with an option of its second year, I think there would have been mayhem. I think there would have been more there. But the fact that I do think it's a good move, let him go. And that pretty much means we'll bring in a midfielder or two in the summer, which we need. We need 2 midfielders, probably another defender or two. Look, there's still a lot of things to be improved on. I think attack-wise we're actually all right. Some would say another striker because I wouldn't be surprised if Xerxes goes in the summer if he doesn't go in January. I think Xerxes probably go in the summer. We have Ahmad, we have Mbuma, we have Cunha. Dorgu obviously plays sort of in the attack now. I'm trying to think who else we have that play. Mount can play on the wings, which I don't think he's really a winger. I think he's more of a 10, to be fair. So I probably won't see much of him in the Carrick system. Anyways, he might be that player that comes off the bench if we're looking to get a winner or an equaliser. Try to go for a kill even. So I feel like that'll probably be that. But look, let's see what happens. But I do think it is a good move. But look, I wish him nothing but the best of luck. Age gets to him. I hope in his remaining time at Manchester United, I hope he smashes it, and I hope he can definitely help us get into the Champions League next season because it would be incredible. So yeah, best of luck, Casemiro. I wish you nothing but the best of luck, pal. So yeah, back to this. So look, belief, confidence. Some of the fans are confident. I'm confident. Are the players confident? They should be. Winning a derby, you should have confidence. That should just go straight into it. Naturally, belief. Do the players believe that they can go to the Emirates and beat Arsenal? I guess, yeah, beat Arsenal. I think you have to. You can't go into a game thinking, look, we'd be lucky to get a shot on target in this match. I don't think that can be if that's the mindset of them, we may as well just, ring ahead and say, look, we won't turn up, but we won't make it easy for Arsenal. They'll make it easy for us. But I think both teams, when it comes, if this is a scrappy, if this even goes end to end as scrappy, we could probably have the better impact. That could be huge for us if it turns scrappy. And frustrate Arsenal, it'd be a lot of sit back, counter. But again, it's funny because against City, look, they've been shit lately. Don't get me wrong and all, but we still beat them. Like, no one backed us to beat City. Not many people backed us to beat Man City, and we did very well. Could have been more than 2. Could have been 5. Could have been 6. Jeez. But anyway, look, there'd be a lot of keep on match, a lot of possession. One thing I don't want to see is stupid, clumsy long balls into the box. I think we can beat them. Don't get me wrong. I think we can beat any team when we're on it. That's not saying, look, if we turn up and play shit, well, if Arsenal turn up and play shit, do you think they're going to beat us? No. It's simple as that. At the start of the season, we were battering them. Yeah, look, it's funny, we lost 1-0 from a set piece, shit defending for the set piece, but they still bagged it and they still scored it. Calafiori, who's going to be injured for this game, I think. But yeah, like I think with Arsenal, even if they even played shit this game, going back to it and sort of taking back what I said, they would, they'd scrap it out. They don't mind playing dirty. They don't mind, in terms of playing dirty, they don't mind if it comes to that, they don't mind sitting back, getting the lead and sitting back then in the last 20 minutes or so, depending on how it's going. But it's funny because I always say in games like this, for any team, if you're going down the last 30, 20 minutes, you start thinking, hold on a sec, we're still in this, we can go for it. But I don't think it'd be a demolition. We're playing in our black kit. Last time we played in a black kit at the Emirates, we fucking spanked them. Last time we played Arsenal at the Emirates in January was the FA Cup, and we fucking spanked them. Oh, Jesus Christ. Any fucking chance we get a challenge. I mean, geez, Wolves have given us more of a challenge this season than City and shit like that. And the fucking snow. But look, joking aside, I do think we can win. I think we can win. Will we win? Look, I'm saying it too soon because I have to do prediction and all. So we'll jump into Arsenal. But I'm asking you, can Man United beat Arsenal? Let us know in the comments below. So here it is, Arsenal. Previous 5 games. 3-2 win against Bournemouth. 0-0 draw against Liverpool. What a shit game that was too. Don't know how it didn't beat Liverpool. Scraps. Like, seriously, not beating Liverpool is actually embarrassing. Beat Chelsea 3-2. Drew 0-0 against Forest last weekend. I mean, look, that was a game for Arsenal to get a good lead. I think they're like still 7 points top because City obviously lost and Villa drew. Villa lost as well, so look, Arsenal still 7 points. It could have been 10, man. So yeah, and then they beat Inter Milan 3-1 in the Champions League midweek. Yeah, look, they're on their title charge. They're looking to win it. They're looking to finally get hold of the Premier League after the last 2 or 3 years was constantly bottling it. Of course, look, they'll fancy they're at home. I've watched them play lately. I didn't really watch much of the game on Tuesday against Inter Milan. Because I thought they were poor. I mean, Forest frustrated Arsenal, like Arsenal are going to create. If Arsenal play shit, they're going to create. They're going to get their chances. So we have to be on it. But I've watched them play lately. Like, I've watched them play Forest. I've watched them play Chelsea. I've watched them play Liverpool. I've watched them play Arsenal. Looking at it, they were they weren't really on it. Look, saying that they'll turn up down batters about 5-0 now on Sunday, but they weren't really up to speed, I felt. I'm looking at a team that's top of the league and you expect top pristine football, but I think with Arteta ball, and look, I don't watch Arsenal that much. Like, when I say I watch these games, it's not a full 90 minutes. I think I watched the Liverpool Arsenal. I think the game against Liverpool is the one I watched for the whole 90. The rest of the sort of half hour. I mean, that's more than enough for me. I think, 30 minutes in the second half. They don't really play the most sexy football in the world, I think. But that's just me, But then again, Arsenal have quality. They are a good team. I hate them with an absolute passion. Of course I do. But they do have that quality to beat any team. And I think they definitely have players who can score a goal out of none. I mean, I've seen Arsenal fans saying that don't play Odegaard because he sort of look. If any Arsenal fans are watching, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Are they right that Odegaard is basically, instead of looking forward and trying to get forwards, he'll be on the edge of the box, passing the ball back side to side. So I mean, look. Are they right? I mean, I always said Bruno Fernandes is better than Odegaard, and I'll stick by that. Even if Odegaard is lifting up the title at the end of the season, I'll always say that. But look, Arsenal have that quality, and they even have the quality coming off the bench, so that's something you have to definitely be careful of. And look, I'm not delusional. I'm not saying that we're going to turn up and beat them easy like it was against City, but. Look, this is a banana skin. This is a slippy one for Arsenal, I think. Because if we turn up and lose, we lost against Emirates. We lost against Emirates. We lost against Arsenal away. They're going for the title. They're going to be hungry. They're really, really going to want it. That 10% more. It's definitely going to be like, okay, fair enough. We go again against Fulham. I'm not going to cry about it. If you get battered, I'll cry about it. But if we lose 2-1, like, shit, but okay. But I still want to see a good performance regardless. Because if it's a shit 2-1 loss, 3-1 loss, I will go mad. But 2-1 loss, I still don't want to lose, but you know what I mean. Not many teams can go to the Emirates and take points off them or beat them, but let's hope we can. Look, let's go into predicted 11. Here we go. So in goals, Le Mans, back four, Luke Shaw and Dello as the fullbacks, and Martinez Maguire as the centre-backs. Midfield trio of Mainu, Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. Attack, Daigo on the left, Ahmad on the right, and Brian and Mbeumo striker. Look, I don't see a reason for Carrick to switch it up. Like I said, if anyone's going to come in, it could possibly be Cunha. Maybe Sesko, but Sesko didn't play at all against City, so I'd probably lean towards Cunha. If you're going to tell me if anyone is going to start, who didn't start last week, who would it be? I'd say I'd say more than likely Cunha, because he can carry the ball, he drives, and again, you can create something on own, and he's a quality player. That's the same team that played against City last week. You have Dorgu there who can come back and help us in the defence. We have that option. You have players who can defend and attack. And it's funny, who would have thought at the start of the season we'd be saying Dorgu on the wings is quality, is good. Look, he's been doing a bit of work, behind the scenes as well. With other coaches, not much. He's not a coach, just other coaches. I've seen a couple of videos, so he's fine. He's flying. Yeah, I mean, look, if Masraoui was there and ready to rumble, I'd say Masraoui, but I still think if Masraoui was there ready to rumble, I still think Carrick could play Dallo. Hopefully he plays well, really. But look, the defence was solid, the midfield was solid. Hopefully Kobe signs that contract when it's given to him, because Manchester United are going to reopen talks, and I hope he accepts. He's a really good player. As much as I like Ruben Amorim, one thing I sort of didn't like about Ruben Amorim was he wasn't playing a good midfielder and Kobe Mainu. He was playing Manuel Ugarte, and this could be a midfield trio for the rest of the season. Mainu, Casemiro, and Bruno Fernandes. So yeah, hopefully we can do a job on Sunday and get the win. But in terms of score prediction, I have went with a 1-1 draw. Look, like I say, this will not be a battering. Whoever wins, it won't be a battering. No, I don't think so anyway. We'd have to really off it. And I think what we see last week, us fans are going to look at that and think, well, we're capable of doing that. Why can we not do it again? Yeah, different case scenario. It's away from home against a better team. But let's go for it. And goal scorers, Arsenal, I'm going to go with Trossard. And for us, I'm going to go with Brian Mbeumo. Why not? It's been in my head the last few days that Mbeumo bags it off the counter attack. Similar goal to what he's got. Similar goal to they got to see the goal against City last week. Goals over, celebrates with the away end with a Manchester United faithful. So yeah, let's hope. The question people are probably wondering is, am I as confident as I was when we played City last week? Do you know what? I'm chill. I'm chill. I've been weird chill at Manchester United this past 2 weeks. The day after we lost against Brighton, I've been just chill. I don't know what the hell is wrong. What's wrong? Why am I thinking we're going to go to the Emirates and beat Arsenal? What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Is there something going on there? Like, what's going on? Fucking love it. But look, this has been the Arsenal versus Manchester United Premier League preview. Like the video, comment your predictions, subscribe, follow our Instagram. Link is in the description. I do apologise that I haven't been active much this week. I've been just all over the place, doing other things. So yeah, trust me, we'll be on it once more. And look, I'm working on the website and I'm trying to get a few little things sorted. I want to start something up as well. But yeah, look, let's see what happens between now and then. But look, thanks everybody for watching. And as we always say, last but not least, come on, United. See you for the post-match reaction Sunday. Come on, United.